Welcome to the next generation of open-world adventure. Cyberpunk 2077 marries exploration of a vast open world with kinetic combat, story-changing player choices, and robust character development. Immerse yourself in Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk is an overhyped mess filled with promises that were never delivered. Remember when this whole insane hype started back in 2013 in the first trailer of the game? All were crazy about it, like the second coming of Jesus Christ was about to happen. And cleverly, CD Projekt's marketing team used that hype to their advantage by releasing these awesome trailers that fueled the hype train even more. Now hype is an expectation. We have to remind ourselves that hype isn't a positive expectation and desire to have these promises fulfilled. I need to see the game that you expected good things about to be amazing. The thing that CD Projekt didn't anticipate was the letdown that was about to follow up this hype train. Cause when you bust your ass out to commercialize and market a game, you don't acknowledge that you basically teach your audience to have this unrealistic expectation that will never be met. Plus, this is a huge game by a company that previously released these good games, so you have people putting more expectation that your next game will be as great as your previous ones. After countless delays from the release of Cyberpunk, it finally got released at 10th of December 2020. Now before I start, I have to say that I think the delays did not help the game get better. It made the game worse. By delaying a game that's so highly anticipated by everyone, you basically tell your fans that, hey, we are delaying this game because we are trying our best to make it good. So it's only normal that your fans are gonna lose their shit and be patient. Well, not all of them, because they all expect this game to be amazing. Well, it got delayed, so it's gonna be good. That's what everyone thinks. So the game got released. It worked on PCs most of the time and you could raid on your genitals quite nicely. But on consoles, it was filled with bugs, glitches, people disappearing Harry Potter style, people T-posing, cars just flying out from the sky. Hey, I don't remember my car packed here. Oh shit, my car is flying right now. Oh shit, I'm on drugs. The game was a mess that you don't expect for a 9-year in development game. Especially PS4 and Xbox One players had more problems with the game than next-gen consoles and PCs, which is absurd. CD Projekt basically said, fuck you, broke-ass motherfucker. CD Projekt Red is a great company straight from the gates of heaven that can do no wrong, so they published this apology, in which they said, sorry, they will make your game better and you can refund if you want. At least they admitted their mistakes, which is something. But I don't wanna speak only about the bugs and the glitches. Dismiss the bugs and the glitches. There is something more serious here. There are too many videos about Cyberpunk's buggy mess that people miss out on the biggest problem that this game has, and how CD Projekt Red practically got away with it. The biggest problem is the game. Not the bugs, but the main game. Aside from all this mess that will probably get fixed as the time goes on, there is this big world which is shallow. I can give congratulations to the developers for the beautiful world they made. It looks amazing and it's fascinating how many times you can see this big bright world without getting bored of it. I feel that the story and its characters keep the game alive, and I really enjoy the dialogue as the game goes on. It looks like they put so much time in these factors of the game, and thanks to that, the game shines for it. That said, the other part of this game is shallow, it lacks ambition. In the trailers, they show that the life paths that you're gonna choose at the game were very important.
The choices you make will shape your story and determine how events unfold.
But when you play the game, you find out that the life paths end up in one storyline, no matter what you choose. Trailers and commercials said that if you're gonna choose a different choice, then you will have different missions, different content, different way of approaching the game, but the only thing that changes is the dialogue and it's 30 minutes of some backstory, nothing more. The story will go the same no matter what choice you made. They were going on and on about the amazing open world of Cyberpunk 2077, but when you play the game, you can't do much in this open world. It just feels like a dead world with no interactivity. The customization of the character isn't so deep, and even the journal is just incomplete. The combat feels clunky and stiff. It had so much potential to be great and immersive. The game is full of disappointments like this, and there are many more aside the bugs and the cut content. I'm very sure that there are more things that they didn't include like the others I said before, and they cut so much content for the game that the final product is just a well-presented, beautiful mess. CD Projekt Red had a chance to make a great game here, but their own hype killed the game and pressured them to the point of making so many promises but delivering only lies and broken expectations. All for marketing a game. But in one way they were lucky, because the game came out so badly that people's attention were focused at the countless bugs and glitches instead of the real problem, the broken promises of this huge game. Now let's be realistic here. Can you really meet these expectations? You are not fucking God Almighty. You are a low-paid developer who just rendered a man's genitals because your company is using crunches because their fans are pressuring your company. And why they are pressuring your company to release the game? Because the marketing team caused all this mess by releasing commercials, which all they do is filling people with hype about this mediocre game. The problem that we see again and again with highly anticipated game is this continuous cycle of disappointments. From the beginning, Cyberpunk 2077 was linked to be another one of these games that would disappoint to the gaming community. Hyping a praising the game before it comes out puts unrealistic expectations that in the end can't get accomplished. I think that the gaming community should say that they had enough of the same situation, but at the same time having patience and not pressuring these big companies for a game. Unfinished games should not be released and misleading marketing should not be tolerated. But at the same time, people should understand that pressuring greedy companies only leads to these companies pressuring and even abusing their employees to work on a game. The hype made people forget that in the end of the day, big companies don't really care about the product or their fans, nor they will ever care. Companies don't survive on gratitude, they survive from money. And it is really bad that after this whole meltdown, developers will work more for this game. Now, I'm not here to be a critic, but I can't be the only one here that sees the same pattern again and again. We shouldn't promote this kind of tactics, and we can't excuse companies that think screwing over their employees is acceptable. Nor should we hype every game that has a good presentation before even buying it. But I guess the gaming community will never learn.
CD Projekt Red approached me and asked me to be a part of their new project, Cyberpunk 2077. They were going on and on about how they'd create this vast open world with a branching storyline, how you'd be able to customize your character through in-game choices. And I'm always drawn to fascinating stories.